One thing I thought was cool during the interview is that the interviewee said that he works at General Dynamic and he's actually working on a project right now for the military. This project is the ATAC system. It's a system where it shows a map, a really complex map of the battlefield, showing like where soldiers are, where buildings are, where enemies have been spotted. It shows lots of things. One of the coolest things he said while working on the project was that they work well together, and that it's just a nice place to work.
We learned a lot of interesting things from the interview we had just conducted. Our interviewee had actually attended Northern Arizona University. We also asked him if he had any other certifications besides his degree, and he said he had an Agile Scrum Master and Master, which he got both from Agile, which came in handy for him and was generally needed for the job he had to do. And it didn't take long for him to do as well. It was only a 4-day course. Some practical skills I thought he had, which were interesting, were skills such as typing, Linux software, communication, time management, and teamwork.
Finding strategies to become successful in an engineering career. Some of the strategies that you should know is science and math and the basics of that stuff and how to manage your time so you can schedule things and make sure everything's orderly, and also to get hands-on practice so you understand what you're doing and you can actually physically look at the object or whatever, and also ask for help if you're struggling in certain parts. You can ask your homeboy, but like, yo, how do I do this? And he'd be like, yo, this is how you do it.
According to the internet, some skills required to be a successful engineer are enthusiasm and organization. While conducting an interview with Toby Hall, a practicing computer science engineering, he said some important practical skills are teamwork, communication, and time management. But he said some of the classes throughout high school and college that helped him the most were typing skills and Linux. Typing because as an engineer, you're doing a lot of typing, especially in computer engineering, as you're doing your coding and things like that. Linux helped him understand how operating system works. Even if that operating system isn't Linux, it gives you a basic information as Linux is one of the first and most basic operating systems.
There are many different opportunities for computer science colleges. Not all universities offer computer science programs, but a number of them do. Some of the top or best universities that offer paths to computer science are Georgia Tech University, Carnegie Mellon University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Stanford, California Tech, and Penn State. There are many more schools that offer computer science, as 846 different universities in the US offer undergraduate computer science and IT degree courses. But these are consensually rated top 15 schools in computer science and
According to the internet, some certificates and degrees you need in computer science. Most basically, you need a computer science and engineering bachelor's degree. You don't necessarily need to go for a master's and or a doctorate. You can get away with just using a bachelor's. According to the internet, though, another useful skill in computer science engineering is going to be CompTIA A+. It is basics into programming, which you should learn through your bachelor's degree anyways. While conducting an interview with Toby Hall, a practicing computer science engineering, I asked him what kind of certificates he had besides his degree. One he said that and stressed was important through engineering as a whole was actually Agile. It is a way of product presentation where you get quick and instant feedback from the customer. You basically write a function of the code, a piece of it, have that piece done, you show it to them, and you get feedback on whether it's good or bad, versus the old way of doing it, which was waterfall, where you would get a requirements for the project, you would write out the entire project, and you would show it to them, and you could lose weeks to months of work because you have to go back and rewrite so much, versus Agile, it's quick and constant feedback, so you don't have to go back and change as much. Some internships are useful because they give you real-world experience and give you an introduction to the field that you'll be joining into soon. Internships are recommended between your sophomore and junior year and your junior and senior year of college. If you go 2 years at the same firm, you can sometimes get a job offer from that firm, and your start date will go back 2 years previously. This will help you with benefits and things like that, and will give you an introduction to the company so you know what you're going into. One internship that is available is at General Dynamics Mission Systems. It is a full-time position over the summer. They do offer full-time positions once you are graduated if you prove to do well in the internship.
When pursuing a computer science degree, it would generally take a minimum of about 3 to 4 years, depending on how far you're wanting to go. It's about the same as any other degree that you would pursue. Typically, an associate's in computer science would take about 2 years to complete. Getting a bachelor's degree would generally take about 4 years to complete. And beyond that, getting a master's would take about 2 more years, and a doctorate would take about 5 more years after the bachelor's degree.
Computer science is the study of computers and computing, including theoretical and algorithmic foundations, also including hardware and software relating to processing information. Some subdivisions of this are computer engineering, computer science, information systems, information technology, and software engineering. To continue with that, a discipline of computer engineering has both civilian and military aspects, including on the military side, the aspects of any weapon systems that need to be told what to do using electronic means. And for the civilian side, there's lots of things from just regular computer programming to basically every company out there needs computers. So there's a huge aspect to that in decoding, creating, and just making sure the stuff keeps running.
One of the projects is to protect against signal interference, which is working on reducing interference or jamming to ensure reliable communication. Another one is which compresses data securely, which develops a system that compresses data for faster transmissions without weakening the security. And another is secure firmware updates. They create a safe way to update the phone's software remotely while keeping it secure. And another one is to manage encryption keys, which creates a secure way to manage and distribute encryption keys across devices.
There is only one major society for computer engineering, and it is IEE Computer Society. That stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. They have a mission statement, and it's engaging computer engineers, scientists, academia, and industry professionals from all areas of computing. The IEE Computer Society, CS, sets the standard for the education and engagement that fuels continued global technological advancements. They have a couple awards. One of these awards it's an educational award called the Taylor L. Booth Education Award.
All right, any advice for future engineers? One of the main things, you want to be in like a big group so you can brainstorm different ideas and have different solutions to answer any problems that you have. And also, it just helps for ongoing stuff. Have I ever been part of a hiring process? I have. So I'm starting an internship at a place called UCT soon with my dad, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Any advice to help people through a hiring process? Just do your resume. Maybe use ChatGPT on it. I don't know. Figure it out. Just do it. Most interesting project I've worked on is probably making a hammer, Thor's hammer, with my friend. He designed it and I welded it. That's the most interesting I've ever done.